Yes.
Okay, it's recorded.
Okay. First item on the agenda is first of all, I call the meeting to order. Present are Fawn Murray, Peter Bigelow, Todd McClutchy, Susan Vogel, Crystal Ruina, and some members of the public. The agenda, the first item on the agenda is the minutes from the February meeting with a vote scheduled. We will not be voting on anything in this meeting because the procedure for voting in a Zoom meeting is different than just conducting the meeting. And rather than go through all the problems we're going to have with trying to vote on something, we'll put that off until our next public meeting, which hopefully will be in the not too distant future.
Hold on, Joe. Somebody else came on, so I'm just putting you on mute for 1 second to identify the new caller, okay? Hold on. Hi, welcome to the meeting. Can you please identify yourself?
Hi, it's Kemen Zhao.
Excuse me, I can't hear you.
Oh, hi, it's Kemen.
Kemen, can you spell your name for me?
Sure, K-E-M-I-N.
Okay. And your last name?
Z-H-O-U.
Okay. And do you have a public comment, or do you want to speak during the public session?
No.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, Joe. Okay, you're all set.
Okay, so as I was saying, we will put off vote on minutes until our next public meeting when we meet in person. The next item on the agenda is the property manager's report. Crystal or Fawn, who's going to handle that?
Crystal, I mean, we're talking about the Royal lease up.
No.
So.
No, we haven't gotten to the Royal redevelopment yet. We're talking about the property manager's report for the Heights. We got anything going on there?
Carter, go ahead.
Crystal's muted.
Oh, sorry. There we go. The Heights is
go.
running smooth. Yep, the Heights is running smoothly right now. Been in communication with any residents that have any problems related to COVID. All the information that's been given to us from the state, we've been providing to the residents. No issues right now at the Heights.
The only issue that I'm aware of that's going on at the Heights is the power company, Eversource, did come through and redo all the light poles. They put LEDs. And
that's correct.
There have been some comments. These lights are much brighter than what we had before, and there have been some public comments about the lights. This is not something that is directly under our control. This was something that was done by Eversource. The Eversource LED lights are what they're using now. They're less expensive to run, and they're much more efficient, and so they don't have the burnout problems that they had with the incandescent bulbs, and that's why they've done that. But this was not something that we requested or that we had anything to do with. Eversource came through the facility and replaced all the lights with LEDs.
Joe, do they have any lower wattage they could put in to sort of just reduce the over brightness?
At this point, Peter, we're not aware that they do. We'll contact them and see whether or not there are some standards that they go by in terms of what this type of lighting, is required for this type of lighting.
Okay.
And that's what they did. They just went ahead and swapped out the old incandescent fixtures with the LED fixtures. And the LED fixtures are just brighter. And
that's
people
correct.
have noticed
We were not, right. They did not make us aware. I was aware because I walked out and asked what was going on, and they then made me aware.
But again, we'll talk to Eversource to see if there's something that can do to mitigate the brightness. Unfortunately, they do control those lights, and I don't want to speak without actual knowledge of what's going on. We'll talk to them. We'll see what can or cannot be done.
Okay.
Joe?
Yes, I'll follow
Very
up.
good.
Joe, I'm just putting you on mute for 1 more second because I have a new caller that came in and I want to be able to identify them.
Go right ahead.
Hi there, welcome to the meeting. Can you please identify yourself?
Sure. It's Julian Naranjo from 218 West Avenue. One of the little
218
houses
West?
in the heights. Yep.
Okay. Can you spell your name again? I'm sorry.
Julian, Julin.
Okay.
Naranjo, Narnajo.
And do you have a public comment or would like to speak during the public session?
Well, I would just have to say I'm very happy for Crystal, who is managing the heights. I mean, we had no complaints or anything like that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just gonna identify another caller. Thank you. Hi, welcome to the meeting. Can you identify yourself, please?
Yes, hi. This is Judy Montoya from 218 West Avenue.
Okay.
Yes,
And-
we don't have any complaints.
Okay. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you.
All right, Joe.
The next, so there's really not a lot going on at the Heights. We've got this issue with the lights. We'll look into it to see if there's anything else that can be done. There are still some issues, and we'll get to it later under old business about people driving the wrong way on the one-way street.
Yeah, the only
Then-
other thing I would mention about the heights right now, Joe, we initially were going to begin power washing today and ran into some hiccups. So power washing is being postponed until the end of August. An email blast is going out today. A notice is being delivered first thing in the morning. So that is the only new update at the heights.
Okay.
I have a question. You know, and it's related to the Heights, and it has something to do with, you know, the financial reporting that we received this month. And just, I know that we're at a stage where we have to start doing I'll say more aggressive maintenance on the Heights than we've done before. And the question I have is, do we have, or have we put together an annual budget for doing that, so that when we see the bills that come through, we're able to realize if they're within budget, or at what point at the end of the year we may be below or above budget on the, I'll say, the maintenance, the longer term maintenance of the facility, the painting, the upkeep, and so on, that we did not have to do in the first few years, but are now going to need to do at some level annually throughout the facility. And I just mention that because I was going through the check register and going through a few things as treasurer, looking at the stuff and saying, we're at that stage where we're beginning to do things, all of which are necessary, none of which seem to be onerous in cost. But I think that we should have some kind of a budget for our annual, I'll say, you know, ongoing maintenance of the facility, so that we can keep track of it. And I know Matt's not on today, but I just would like to get that into motion, so that we can, if not this year, when we put the budget together for next year, be in a position to know that we're going to be spending X number of dollars to make sure that the height stays at the superb level of condition it currently is in.
Right. Peter, this was actually something you brought up at the February meeting, because it's reflected in the minutes.
Yeah.
And I know Matt said that the team there was going to start working, assessing the need and working on this.
Yes.
I just would guess that some other pressing issues have,
Yes. Yes.
interfered in that project. But definitely, I agree with Peter. We should try to get on top of that, so that we can plan for these replacements and make sure that we're properly managing it, both financially as well as based on, you know, greatest need.
Exactly.
So we're yes, we are in the process of putting a capital improvements budget together, and then it'll coincide with like the year's, you know, financials. Obviously, you know, we're focusing on leasing up the Royal and getting it all ready to go. So it's kind of like behind right now, but yes, we're hoping by the next, you know, financial budget, we will have something to put together for the board.
Okay, and I'm happy, and as a treasurer, I'd be happy to speak to whomever at Imagineers to throw in my 2 cents worth on that. I, regrettably am in my day job have lots of pieces of real estate that require maintenance, and we have to budget what we're going to spend, and so we can sort of manage our short and long-term needs. And I want to make sure that we do what many institutions don't do, and that is we reinvest so we maintain the highest level of standards for our property and don't keep deferred maintenance, kicking it down the road, hoping to save some money. You never save money that way. You only cost a lot more. But we need to know what the numbers are. We need to be able to, I think, be able to communicate to residents that we have a solid long-term plan to assure that their residents will be in tip-top shape on an ongoing basis. So that's my comment. Move
Okay.
on.
There's a new caller. I'm just gonna acknowledge the new caller, and then I think if we agree, we can lock the meeting so that we don't keep on getting new callers, or you want to leave it open and just kind of address?
It's supposed to be a public meeting. I'm not sure we can do that.
Right.
Okay.
I think
All right.
have to be open.
Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hi. Can you please identify yourself? Welcome to the meeting.
Yes, my name is Anna Maria Lohman.
Can you, Anne Marie, you said?
Anna Maria, yes.
Anne Maria Lohman?
Anna Maria Lohman, yes.
Okay. Chris, do you live at the Heights?
Can you say again?
Do you live at the Heights?
Yeah, I am at Northern Heights, yeah.
Wait, what unit are you at?
Oh, 2G.
2G?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
When,
Do you have anything to say for a public comment?
I just log in because I just arrived home. And yeah, what I would like is to have the information ahead of time. Like today, we received the letter. It was yesterday about the power wash of the building. And some people can be away. I mean, my building was not listed, but I was thinking it was a mistake. I don't know.
Oh, you like more notice regarding like anything happening? Like you want like a 48-hour notice or 24? Because we gave 24-hour notice, right, Crystal?
A couple days, yeah, a couple days.
Okay, we'll because sometimes it's up to the scheduling of the vendors, and sometimes they give us a date like 2 days ahead of time. But we will try to give everybody advance time if we know it like way in advance. Thank you.
Sure, yeah. Usually that happens. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And also, another thing is about the the handicap parking. I know in my building there are many people with the handicap permit. They have a physical limitation, and really, I don't think is right to deserve 2 spots of handicap for 2 people when there are more people who need. And then most of the time they're empty.
Okay, I think that's an issue where you can call the office and we can discuss, and we can have a one-on-one and we can discuss what you're expressing right now. So I will have Crystal follow up with you and have a meeting with you, and we can discuss that. Okay.
Okay. And another thing was about I was requesting I don't know if it's anyway. The problem is that we don't have enough storage for many people, and really when there are 2 people, like I am with my daughter, with only 1 bedroom, is really the place is not welcoming because it's too little space for two adults. And then really, or I have 2 bedrooms, or I have a storage unit where I can put things there, because that is going to be costing more.
Okay, so again, we can talk about this in the office between the property manager and yourself, and we'll try to help you out.
Thank you.
I'll reach out to you tomorrow, Anna.
Yeah, okay. And then also another thing is, yeah, you are going to talk about the letter we receive. I don't have the letter with me now. And also, what was, it's about the letter, what was happening.
Okay, sounds like all these, points that you're bringing up are with something that you can talk to the property manager at when, you can call her and make an appointment. So thank you.
And then, sorry, are you going to talk about the property on the post road?
Yes, we are. Yep.
Okay. I will listen now. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
All right. Thank you.
Back to the budget issue on maintenance. One of the issues that we've talked about in the past and have still not come up with a resolution for, and we need to think about it in terms of the budget, is the repair to the bottom of the columns that has been caused by the landscaping. We know that the material that was used originally has not held up well, and we're going to have to figure out what the appropriate material is to make sure that we don't have this problem on a go-forward basis. And obviously, we're going to have to budget for it so that we can make that change.
Agreed.
Okay. Anything else on the Heights? Moving right along. Mr. McClutchy, can you give us an update on the Royal?
Yes, trying to turn my light back on. Earlier was sitting still too long. So yeah, hopefully everyone has had an opportunity to drive by the Royal to see the progress that's being made over there. We are approximately 95% complete at this point. We are finishing up some final inspections and punch list and just miscellaneous items throughout the building. But hopefully you've noticed that the couple of big things that happened just over the past week or so, that the parking lot was paved.
Yes.
It was all striped. We passed our we passed our fire tests this past Friday. We said we have a couple more inspections to go before we are able to start getting some TCOs, some temporary certificates of occupancy. But we expect to have those within the next 1 to 2 weeks tops at this point. And in terms of, so all the utilities are connected to the building at this point. Everything is live. Some of the items that we've talked to the town about, more specifically related to like landscaping and things, due to the weather right now, not the best planning time. So a couple of those items will be pushed into the fall when it's better planting season, so we don't waste money and obviously resources for that. But a majority of everything is done at this point. I sent around some pictures of, we had two units that were furnished as model units to give everyone a better perspective of what the finished product looks like. We've taken some pictures of those units. We are trying to get those up on our website for marketing purposes, as well as distributed to the commission and others that would like to see it, so they get a better sense of the interiors of the property. And then the next big thing that will come in order to help sort of finish the building itself and give it better presence is that we are waiting for furniture for the common areas. That will be available, and probably we expect deliveries within the next 2 to 3 weeks as construction is complete. and the building has its sort of final cleaning. So based upon all of that and being able to get our TCOs within the next 7 to 10 days, we're starting to schedule, or the marketing has gone very well, and we've started to schedule some initial move-ins. Fawn and Crystal, I think we started on the 15th, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. There's 2 move-ins scheduled, August 15th and 2 on August 16th.
So although we expect to be done a tiny bit sooner than that, that's when we're going to start scheduling the move-ins, and then to the extent that we have the that we are capable of moving in sooner, we'll try to shift accordingly.
Katada, I asked you earlier, when can the commission have an opportunity to do a walkthrough and see what the facility looks like, the flow of it, and so on down the line?
So, I mean, I think we're just about ready to do that really soon. So the hallways and everything, there's still lots of construction debris around as we finish up. But I think you can get a good sense of the flow of the building. You get to be able to see the 2 model units that were staged. And I think it would be preferable if we could potentially schedule that, whether it's in shifts or not. I think it has to be done in shifts. That we would do it on a weekend when there's less construction workers in there to allow them to finish up the work they need to do and keep everyone sort of safe and distanced. So I think we're just about ready to do that. Whether it's this weekend or the following, I sort of leave that up to you. I'm around at least both weekends to meet with folks.
Well, whenever you guys are ready, let us know, and we'll start scheduling who wants to go through and when they want to go through. Todd, will we have a walkthrough for the fire departments and for EMS?
The answer is yes, and I guess just let us know what either one of them would like to do, because I don't know if I would assume they schedule that on their own. I don't know if they want to go through us. They want to have it. I don't know how that really works. Never really had that.
All right, I'll talk to Bobby Bush tomorrow, and I'll have him get in touch with you, and we can begin to schedule something.
Okay.
So that we get first responders. I think it makes sense for us to have first responders get a look at the building before the building gets occupied, so they have a sense of what they might be up against if there's an incident in the building when it is occupied. And again, we can do that with both fire and EMS and schedule it, accordingly. But let me talk to Bobby tomorrow, and we'll see if we can't work some schedule out to do that.
Okay, fair enough. The other thing I just want to, Crystal, if I can speak to the lease up. I know we do have a couple of more units to fill at this point. So we are looking for referrals, recommendations for 60% units at this point.
Correct. Yes,
How
that's
many,
correct.
Crystal? How many? 60?
11.
11.
11. I did receive 3 new applications, so that could potentially fill some units if they are interested, which I plan to reach out to tomorrow. I received them today.
So we will step up some of the marketing efforts. It's due to the times right now, it's been a little bit more challenging to people feel comfortable moving right this second. But we are going to elevate the marketing for this. The other thing so we've had a couple of conversations with the EMS services next door, and I will share sort of an update letter with the commission, and then once the commission approves that letter, we will circulate that, and we'll just give them a general development construction update, and it will also initiate the coordination for both our residents moving back in as well as them moving back in to the property, so we're all sort of on the same page and can do that.
Okay, any other questions? Moving right along. Old business. We still have an issue for cars going the wrong way on the one-way street at the Heights. Jane was out there the other day and she noticed that the majority of the people that are doing it are coming from visitors' spaces rather than resident spaces. We still have to keep an eye on this. And again, the issue is, number one, it's a danger. You go the wrong way on a one-way street, that presents dangers. Number two, it presents a danger for people entering onto Norotan Avenue when they come out the wrong way because cars are not expecting a car to come out of that one-way street. So we'll continue to look at that and see if there's something that can be done. I know Crystal and Myrna do everything they can. If they see somebody, a delivery truck or something, they make a point of letting them know they're going the wrong way. But short of actually mounting a camera out there and getting license plates of who's abusing this, it becomes difficult to monitor it. But it's something we can't lose sight of. What we cannot do, we know there's an issue. We cannot allow ourselves to wait until there's an accident and then react to that. We've got to do something to try to keep this under control before that accident occurs.
So-
Anything else under?
I'm sorry, just
Any
a
other
question.
comments?
Yeah, Joe, just a question on this issue. I mean, this, am I mistaken? This seems to be a rather new, as in the last, what, like 6 months of an issue, at least of this magnitude. Is there something that's changed at the Heights? I mean, I feel
No.
like we've put even more signs up, right, to make it clear, or painted arrows. I mean, things have been done. Is there any other place in town where we might just like ask people, like other organizations or facilities, like what do they have this problem? What do they do? I mean, Fawn and Crystal, is there any experience that you all have through Imagineers that at other locations that can be brought to our situation to help rectify this problem, which just seems to be ongoing? No matter what anyone does, it just doesn't seem to be getting solved.
Well, this issue and then the issue, with speeding, because, we put up signs, I mean, only 15 miles, it's a constant battle, because it's always like, is somebody there going to be the traffic cop there always to monitor? And when we do have a better camera or put a better camera system on, we're zooming on license plate, but we don't have the capability of going, oh, okay, well, this license plate belongs to, so-and-so. So, it's a car recognizing a car, or, knowing that, this is a tenant. But when it's a vendor, we try to stop it because they're going during, working hours. So it's really challenging to, at other properties to see how this can be stopped.
There really isn't any clear-cut reason why this situation has gotten worse. You could make the excuse that because more people are ordering things online, there's more vendors coming to the property. And if the vendors are the primary offenders, that might be justified simply by the number of runs they're making at the property. But I don't want to speculate and blame the drivers for UPS and FedEx, et cetera, for causing this problem. We know there are also private cars that they do it because it's convenient, and they do it because there's no consequence unless they get caught. And because it's a private road, even if they get caught, there's not an awful lot that can be done. Now, we have alerted the police department, and the police department does occasionally, not very often, because they have other things that are more of a priority for them, but occasionally they will park somebody in the parking lot at the fire department to catch somebody coming out the wrong way onto Norotan Avenue, and they can do something when that happens. But it just doesn't happen often enough we can't put somebody there permanently. And so we're kind of stuck for a real good answer to how we're going to deal with this problem. We'll continue to look at it. We will look at other locations to see if anybody else has a good answer. You know, we've talked about putting spikes the way they do with rental car agencies. You go the wrong way, you're going to lose a tire. And it's easy to speculate about that, but it's very difficult to do that kind of thing. And, you know, but we need to be aware that there's an issue, and we need to do everything we can to continue to monitor the issue so that, you know, we try to mitigate it as much as we can.
I do have to say, and Crystal, like when you see people and you tell them, they really don't do it again, like, right? We don't have like repeated people.
Well, as to what Joe was saying, the last person that I stopped was delivering Dunkin' Donuts. So everything at the day is getting delivered, and the signage is there, but if you're not looking, you're just gonna think that you can just kind of drive around the community. You know, it seems like a private community. It doesn't seem like it would have a one way out, one way in. It seems you can, like a cul-de-sac, you could just drive around. It's one loop. They don't do it intentionally. It's just, they don't notice it. They apologize and they turn around, but it's literally private deliveries all the time. It's very rarely a resident that I have caught.
So I'm sorry, Crystal, this predominantly happens when someone comes in off of Heights Road and then goes down to like the first right loop, like the little cul-de-sac area, and then they turn around and they exit the same way they came in.
Actually, no, I'm catching them driving in, right? So right down the other way. So if they were to take, well, I guess you could say that. I mean, they're driving down that one road, yes. Right in front of the office, right in front of the mailboxes to the office.
So they're coming in the wrong way or exiting the wrong way, or both?
They're coming in the wrong way mostly. It's very rare that I catch them going out the wrong way.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Can we, you know how places have those, they're like movable white fences? They're like, it looks like a white picket fence, and you can put it on, you know, people put them at the end of their driveways, for instance, to keep people from using their driveway to back into and turn around and go out. Is it possible if someone, I mean, if you're making the turn in and you think it's a two-way street, then you're staying to the right. If you put the barrier there, they might realize you can't come in that way. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Todd, we have them at CCD when you pull in. Those white, like, they look like movable picket fences. Can we just put one there so that if you're making the turn the wrong way in, it's right there? And it might send a signal to that people that this is not a two-way street.
Well, we can certainly look at it, Susan. There are a couple things. One, we set that one-way street up going out so that people could come up on one side or the other and make either a right or a left turn onto Norotan Avenue without any problem. And if we put a fence up on one side, it prevents them from making that left-hand turn onto Norotan Avenue. Now, the reality is on Elm Street or on that part of Allen O'Neill Drive, we don't get a lot of traffic at any given time coming in or out. So that might not be a bad situation. But we'll have to take a look at it and see what does make sense to prohibit people from coming in the wrong way.
And then we have
there's signage.
Sorry. And then we have to worry about wintertime when there's snow removal, and who's going to be removing the barriers and all that stuff. So, there's a lot of things to consider, but we will think about that to see if we can put something temporary up.
Well, some of it might be the result of retraining people. I mean, it tends to be the same delivery people coming to that have routes through our community. So maybe just disrupting the behavior might be enough to slow down or at least reduce the number of incidences. And so it becomes less prevalent. And you'll have the occasional transgressor, but not habitual ones. I don't know. I mean, it just seems like running out to tell people they're going the wrong way is not the long-term solution either. So while I understand, like, no one wants to move a barrier in the winter, I don't think people want to be running out without a coat or boots on to let a vendor know that they're going the wrong way on our street. So, it's an idea, I think we have to try something. I'm sorry, my dog is coming into my room.
I have a new caller, and then I also have a caller that's raising their hand to talk. So hold on one second, okay? Hi, welcome to the meeting. Sorry, can you identify yourself, please? Hello?
Hi, this is Mike McGrath with 8C.
8C? Okay.
Yep. I just got the email to join earlier today.
Okay. Our meeting, I was at 6:30, but welcome. Did you have anything to say as a public comment?
Nope. I don't know why I was unmuted. Sorry about that.
It's okay. No, when you come in, everything is unmuted, so it's only the board that's not muted. But thank you for coming, and I'm gonna take this other caller that has their hands raised. Hold on. Hi, did you have a question?
Oh, yeah, I have a suggestion. I think it's supposed to be a special note, special instructions for delivery people, and then everyone should complete, please follow the one direction circuit to go in and to go out the other way. Another way is to make both sides, both the entrance and the exit, two directions. That is another way. I don't know if it's safe or not. And also, if we keep just the one direction, the way in, and one direction, the way out, I think somebody would say something about to have a divisor on the road with the arrow. Who is on the left, go on the left. Who is on the right, go on the right. Because many times I see people on the right side cut on the left. And I know I don't go over, I wait the car on the right, go left, and then I go left after. But I think for many people, is a need to have a payment direction. Who is on the right, go to the right. Who is on the left, go to the left.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's very challenging. I wish we would come up with a solution that would make everybody safe and happy. But thank you for your suggestion.
You're welcome.
All right, is there anything else under old business? Has anybody got anything under new business? Oh, it's nice when there's nothing exciting going on. That will not be the case next month because we will have opened up the Royal, and I'm sure there will be all kinds of questions and comments and things that we'll have to discuss as the Royal opens up. Are there any comments from either the Heights or Old Town Hall houses on issues that we have not yet covered?
Hold on a second. Bala? Yes? Hello? You have your hand up? Is this Bala? Okay. I unmuted the person that has the hand up, but not answering.
Well, in that case, given that there is no other business, the chair will entertain a motion to end the public session and move into executive session to discuss some tenant and contractual issues. Do I hear such a motion?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Hold on 1 second. This person is, hold on. Hi, hello? Did you want to say something? Okay. Guess not.
Okay. Then in that case, I would ask all the members of the public who are on this call to please hang up. We're going to exit the public session and move into executive session.
And will not be coming back for any other matters.
And we will not be coming back. There are no issues that we'll be coming back to vote on.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
There's one more person. Hi, are you leaving the meeting? We're going into executive session, please. Hello? I'm gonna
Just
put
gonna say the last 4 digits of the number, so the person can read it.
yeah, it's a 3604. I'm gonna put the person in the waiting room. And so they're not in the meeting if they're not leaving right now.
Todd, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Yeah, Todd's voice is a little fuzzy. I'm not sure why.
Might be the camera.
At any rate,
or the microphone.
we don't have an awful lot to discuss in executive session.
Hold on a second, Joe. Do I record this part?
No,
No,
you do
no.
not record
All right,
this.
I'm ending the recording right now. Sorry.
Okay, there you go. Thanks.